In recent decades, the global economic playbook has quietly shifted, and today, countries around the world, including the United States, are playing by China's rules. For years, policymakers believed that incorporating China into the global economy would lead Beijing to adopt Western economic and political practices. Instead, the opposite has occurred. Beijing's state-driven economic model has reshaped global economics, compelling even its fiercest critics to follow suit. China's rise began innocuously enough with Deng Xiaoping's reform and opening policies, designed to introduce market mechanisms within a controlled economy. These reforms sparked unprecedented economic growth, turning China into the world's factory floor. While Western leaders saw China's accession to the World Trade Organization in 2001 as a victory for open markets and liberal economic ideals, they overlooked Beijing's real intentions, leveraging global trade to fuel national ambitions rather than adopting Western-style liberalism. Under Presidents Hu Jintao and Xi Jinping, China accelerated its shift toward state intervention. Massive subsidies supported strategic sectors such as technology, automotive, steel, and renewable energy. By 2023, China accounted for a staggering 29% of global manufacturing output, surpassing the United States, Japan, and Germany combined. Simultaneously, Beijing skillfully exploited WTO rules, benefiting from developing country status while maintaining protectionist policies and stringent investment restrictions. Despite years of diplomatic and economic pressure, Western nations failed to persuade China to dismantle these barriers. The Obama administration's pivot to Asia, including the now-defunct Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP, aimed to counter China's dominance by promoting an alternative economic model focused on free trade and fair competition. But domestic politics in the US ultimately derailed these efforts. This failure paved the way for a radical shift in US policy under both the Trump and Biden administrations. Abandoning decades of advocacy for free trade, Washington imposed sweeping tariffs, restricted Chinese investments, and adopted aggressive industrial policies similar to those it once criticized China for implementing. Trump's steel tariffs and Biden's CHIPS and Science Act marked the United States' full embrace of nationalist state capitalism, a stunning reversal of long-standing American economic doctrine. Yet, replicating China's economic playbook has yielded mixed results for Washington. Tariffs intended to revitalize U.S. manufacturing have sometimes backfired, increasing consumer costs and provoking retaliatory measures that harmed American exporters. For instance, studies show Trump's steel tariffs caused significant productivity losses and job reductions in downstream industries. Meanwhile, China continues to surge forward. Its electric vehicle industry exemplifies Beijing's strategic success. Chinese manufacturers dominate global markets, offering vehicles that are significantly cheaper yet technologically advanced. With nearly 60% of global EV sales, China has reshaped the future of transportation. Even Europe, traditionally a hub of automotive excellence, struggles to maintain competitiveness against China's EV influx. Facing limited success in outcompeting China economically, some nations are considering even more aggressive tactics inspired by Beijing itself. For example, Europe is weighing mandates that would force Chinese companies investing in the EU's electric vehicle sector to transfer technology through joint ventures, a tactic directly borrowed from China's playbook. Yet, such measures risk intensifying global economic fragmentation. Ironically, China's success may become its greatest vulnerability. As countries emulate Beijing's approach, global trade could fracture into rival economic blocs, each fiercely guarding its national interests. While the US and Europe pivot toward protectionism and state-directed economic policies, smaller economies may be forced to choose sides, potentially destabilizing the international system that has underpinned decades of global prosperity. The harsh truth is that the world is now operating under Beijing's economic blueprint. The liberal global order championed by the West is transforming into one defined by protectionism, subsidies, and industrial policy. Whether Western powers can ultimately reclaim economic leadership without compromising their core values remains uncertain. What is clear, however, is that in the battle over who shapes global economic rules, China has decisively won, for now.